What's up, everybody?
I was trying to
Happy Sunday.
I was trying to delay it so then you would block yourself and you'd unblock and then I would do it.
Well, I blocked myself anyway. I'm Judge James.
I'm Judge Evie.
This is Living for Crits, special edition, because Judge Evie's gonna hang in the beginning and then she's leaving.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch.
Because she doesn't want to talk about Battletech. I don't understand.
I'm really close to season finale, 10th season finale. Oh my gosh. Okay, so can I
what?
talk about this?
Of what?
Criminal Minds.
All right, Criminal Minds.
I'm still not done with it.
Let's first discuss Criminal Minds. Hi, Greg.
10. So this is my spiel.
Having a bad allergy night.
Literally 2 weeks ago, end of July or whatever, they took it off Netflix, and I was really angry.
What the heck?
As you heard, no.
What the heck, Criminal Minds?
I couldn't watch it. I didn't know how to watch it. It was on Hulu, but I didn't know if it was all on Hulu, and they were like, it's all on Paramount Plus, but we don't have that. And so I was stopped watching it on freaking Hulu, but it took 2 weeks until I figured out that they actually did have all the seasons on Hulu. Anyways, I'm in the car today, and then I was looking online to look something up at an episode, and it was like, Criminal Minds has returned to Netflix after 2 weeks of disappearance because people were angry about it. Now it's back, and I'm almost done season 10.
That's amazing.
So that was
how many seasons of Criminal Minds are there?
15, and there's a revival soon.
There's a revival of Criminal Minds.
Yeah, it's like a 10
I'm so excited.
revival.
So I guess at some point you'll leave, and Cooper will come on, and then we'll talk about Criminal Minds.
What?
Anyway, all right. In the news, we are short one kid now, as Eli.
It's fantastic.
Eli has left for college, so that's.
And the room renovation starts.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
On Tuesday.
It's very weird. I mean, I think it's kind of quiet. Even
though
he didn't make a lot of noise, it's kind of quiet and very bizarre. He's doing fun college stuff while we're
trivia.
We're left behind. You know. Greg's his
but there's Criminal Minds, so it's okay.
There you go. The other big news this week is 1D&D. I mean, it's big news.
Wait,
everyone's talking about it.
I thought it was 6.
No, it's 1D&D.
Wait, so the 6th edition
D&D is changing to 1D&D.
Wait. So the 6th edition
What's up, Dev?
is 1st edition?
No, listen. The 6th edition of D&D is going to be 1D&D. And it comes out in 2024, I think. But it's going to be in playtest next year. Wait. And guess what we're going to do next year? No, we're not going to play it. Okay. I'm just kidding. We're not touching it. There's no way in heck. There's no way in hell. But, look at that. Mr. Citrus asks, it can't wait until 2D&D.
Well, that's not going to be here till 2,500.
D&D, it'll be D&D forever, right? At the next one. I've had a good time with the memes online. I've enjoyed them. You haven't really.
I don't understand memes.
You don't understand memes? You don't get humor?
Yeah.
You don't get fun?
No, I get fun. I don't get humor.
I did have a tweet get the closest to viral that I get, which was a couple hundred. Well, maybe it's 100 likes. A couple hundred likes. It's 100 likes maybe. That's big for us. And it was just about DCC instead of 1D&D.
Going viral?
So
we're so viral.
We're not viral.
We're famous.
We're really not famous.
We're so famous.
We are so not anything right now. That's the thing.
We're more famous than that tissue.
What tissue?
That tissue.
That's correct.
No one's ever gonna see it except for us.
Hashtag more famous than a random
tissue.
Kleenex.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Judge Evie Presides, the part of the show where people ask Judge Evie questions that I answer because she can't answer them.
What did you post on Instagram? So I'm getting all these stupid likes.
Pictures of battle mechs, my old mech collection that I went and found and got, and it was I took them out and everything. Look at this one. This one looks just like American Gladiators. This is an Akuma. It's a Draconis Combine mech.
It looks like Iron Man.
It does kind of like Iron Man. I think it looks like remember Muscle Men? Who remembers Muscle Men from the 80s? There's little racer dudes that could wrestle. Muscle Men. I like Muscle Men. All right, Judge Evie Presides. Let's go.
Okay. Sorry, I was spinning.
You're spinning.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. Here we go.
These are from Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
And they also have a rap.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Aloha, judges. Another day here in paradise. Questions. What?
Nothing. Just read the question.
How much character backstory do you like players to bring to your games or to create during your games? Okay, I'm gonna just be honest. I think when people come with like fully developed backstories and character plots and all this crap, it's the most annoying freaking thing in the world. Cause then you come into the game and you're like, oh, I'm so excited to come with a backstory, and they're like, you didn't spend 3 hours on this before you came here? What is wrong with you? And I'm like, no, I didn't spend 3 hours coming with a stupid backstory. It's not even gonna be like, it's gonna be so useless during the game. I spent about 5 minutes right before the game starts running on the back of my little character sheet, little stupid notes, and that's my backstory. If you take 3 hours into coming up with a whole entire backstory with like your parents and then their grandparents and all that crap, like, why? That's just annoying.
Maybe, but don't you think for the person that is writing the backstory, the development of the backstory is part of the game for that person?
Well, they can do that after the first game.
It's a way to enjoy the game.
But it makes everyone else that hasn't done it yet feel bad.
Well, maybe the problem is,
I feel like some of the joy is coming up with a backstory while you're playing the first game.
Maybe, but there's nothing wrong with that also. Why can't people do either?
Because then I feel stupid when I don't have anything and they have like hours of plotting.
I feel like this is more of a problem that you just don't like creating backstory.
That's not true.
Well, you really shifted into people at your game to yourself. That you are the one that's not creating the backstory.
Well, why would I create a backstory?
This is really shifted.
No, it's not true.
Because they mentioned at your game, like the game you're running, which since you're not running a game right now, that means that you're the one that is only putting a 5 minutes time in there. Just like if maybe you decided, instead of reading the Scarlet Letter, you're going to watch the movie.
I'm not reading the Scarlet Letter.
Didn't you have to watch the movie?
No, I have to watch Dorian Gray.
You don't know. You have to read Dorian Gray. You don't have to watch Dorian Gray. You have to read Dorian Gray.
I already read the first chapter of it. It's super boring.
I am a believer that however you wish to enjoy your character, please do so. And if it involves writing backstory, that's great.
Don't make it annoying.
I mean, don't write
a backstory and then only talk about your backstory you created.
Well, what does that mean?
Because some people are like, well, my character's like this because blah, 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 this happened. I'm like, well, how was I supposed to know? You're acting like I'm supposed to know your entire backstory because you spent 3 hours on it and you talked about it for like 20 minutes.
Brian's here, and Brian's walked right into you going off on this. Then has the first question.
Then they write the backstory and then they don't shut up about the backstory. And I'm like, shut your pie hole. Let me just do the freaking game. They're like, and I'm like, shut your mouth. Next question. Question number 2.
This is her hot take on character backstory. It's extreme.
It's not that extreme.
Question number 2.
It's very simple to understand.
Question number 2.
Duh. A friend was talking about what?
Nothing. No. Question number 2. I'm afraid we're going to set you off with this. Go ahead. Question number 2.
How do you know these are?
I have no idea what it is. I just feel it's going to set you off. Just what's the question number 2?
A friend was talking about gaming piles of shame. Do you have any games on your shelf that have sat for a long time without ever being played? Didn't you sell all the ones you didn't play?
Yes, but I did. It's funny that kind of goes with the whole story about Battletech tonight. Like these mechs that I gave away and then repossessed recently that I painted in college and found them from the person I gave them to and said, give them back to me, please. It's kind of the same thing. Very similar story. I think my gaming pile of shame that I have consists of one game right now, and that's I really would like to get a full campaign in of the Dragon Age RPG because I'm such a fan of the Dragon Age series, from the 3 video games to I've read the novel, I've read all the novels, I've read the comic books, and I love Dragon Age. I have the core book. I actually have 2 copies of the core book and the first box set, and I still have not played it. So that's on my gaming pile of shame. What happens when I want to play fantasy games, I get sucked up into DCC or Demon Lord. How about you, Judge Evie?
What?
I think your gaming pile of shame is every game you own, because
I own 1.
Okay. No, you own 2 games now. You own 2 games. You own 2 games.
Well, why is it a pile of shame? I'm not shameful.
You don't run any of it.
That's not true.
It's so true.
It's not true.
Dev has a pile of shame.
I'm busy right now.
Uh-oh. Is your mom coming with tea? Dev, what's on your pile of shame? Dev, you're chatting with us. What is number one on your pile of shame, Dev?
Bonjour.
As we get tea here, maybe you can answer that question for us. I'm interested
Bonjour.
now, actually.
Bonjour.
Whose is that?
For you?
Pour tout.
What is it?
Merci.
DCC? Dev, your gaming pile of shame. Thank you, Jen.
Dev, that is shameful. That is a shameful.
DCC is in your pile of shame?
Wow.
Oh. I mean, I have DCC modules in my pile of shame, but like...
But the game?
The game itself?
Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand.
Shunned.
I've played but never run it.
I can't even look at. I can't even.
You can't look? Well, you have to look. Get to read the next question.
I've never played. Wait. I've played it but never run it.
He's run MCC though, so that's. I mean, I consider Mutant Call Classics and DCC like the same thing. Yeah. Pretty much.
Essentially.
Okay. Next question.
Toi.
I'm afraid of where you're going with these questions tonight. Yeah, I'm afraid of your hot takes.
Me?
Yeah. Is Cooper on deck? Is he ready to roll? Where's he at? You doing his hair? Hair and makeup is covering. Sorry, I'm scratching my ear on camera, but
yeah, come on, what the heck?
I don't know.
Keep your ear scratching to the over there.
Sorry.
Anyways,
I'm
last
shameful.
question. DCC is my favorite one-book RPG. The one core book and wait. The one core book and dice are all you ever Hold, please.
Yeah, if you spent more time working on actually reading the question, not a fanciful
DCC
language
is my favorite.
Accent.
I looked the wrong way.
You looked the wrong way.
Yeah, I started reading the top. DCC is my favorite one-book RPG. The only core book and dice.
Let me read the question.
The one core book and dice are all you really ever need to play. What are some other good one-book RPGs? Cheese. Boy.
How many do you know, Judge Evie? I mean, I could go.
Okay, you can go first.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go first.
I mean, a really good one-book RPG is Weird Frontiers, because it's this freaking thick. It's technically DCC, but a Western as well, and it's one honkin' book. That's a good one. I would also say Elf Quest, the RPG, is really good. It was by Chaosium from the 90s, or late 80s, or something. That was the early 90s. That was a good one that I own. You really, for Demon Lord, you only need the one book for Shadow of the Demon Lord. I mean, you can get a lot of campaigning in with the one book for that. The thing is, I'm looking at my shelf. I can't think of a lot of books where I just get one book and leave it at that, because I tend to get everything that comes with the book. Mm-hmm. I kind of stay away from games that only have one book. So Greg said Blades in the Dark, which I've never played.
This chunk fell out.
So there's our takes.
Well, I twined it back in.
I think the ultimate D&D one book is still the D&D Rule Cyclopedia. It's like the be-all, end-all original. It's one of the only lines of D&D I still have. That and second edition. I have a good bit of second edition still. But I keep getting rid of more of it. I keep kind of offloading it.
That was great.
Okay, next question.
Well, that was the last question. But we have a wrap.
All right.
And Greg already said, fair warning, the wrap I'm sending this week is shaping up to be a bit tricky. Sorry about that. You could, of course, read it in advance. Well, I didn't do that.
All right. Here comes the wrap. Who's texting us? It's got to be Eli.
Je ne sais pas.
Oh. Eli's got good news.
Huh.
Wow. Okay. We're going to read that later.
Okay.
Here we go. Rapping.
Okay. This is called Subverted Tropes. You're not seeking the dingus of power. You have it and you must give it away to the chosen who desperately needs it. The course of the future to sway. But the chosen has not yet been chosen. Many tests, quests, and questions remain. As you fend off all forces up. Wait a minute. As you fend off all forces opposing the chosen selection insane. You are not the hero of the story, but there would be no story without you. You're the tool of the chosen's true glory, just the dingus of power, and you. So rejoice as the second banana, the sidekick, the lancer, and the foil. Cross oceans and dunes and savannah, from destiny do not recoil.
That was a complicated one, Greg.
But it was so good.
But thank you, Greg Schwarzkopf, for a rap. Awesome. We appreciate it, as always. Again, this week's rap was sent to us by Greg Schwarzkopf, and this week's questions were sent by Brian McKay. And everyone else is welcome to send us questions to dccjudgeev@gmail.com.
This chunk is gone, too.
But this chunk is gone, too. So on that note, Judge Evie is departing.
Wait, we have to take our cover picture, though, before I leave.
I'm taking that with you, with Cooper.
No.
Cooper, come in here for the cover picture.
We have to all be in it.
Okay, we're going to welcome Cooper
Well,
to the show.
that's what I meant. I meant like we would all be in it. You know?
All right, we're going to welcome Cooper in here. Cooper, climb up there and stick your head above that.
What should we do?
No, you got to be more into it than that. That's fine. Just a little more. A little more. There we go. There's the cover picture. Look at that.
Cooper's not even looking.
He's looking. He's looking close enough. All right, get on camera, Cooper.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye,
Wait,
Evie.
can I do an ASMR before I go?
No, get out of here.
Please?
No.
No.
Bye, guys. Live your life.
Everyone welcome Cooper to the show. Come on, Cooper. Kid number 3. Hi.
I spilled tea. Okay, bye.
Why?
How short you are on camera. Like, you look like a miniature. You look like this miniature right here. Look at that. You look just like that one. Woohoo. It's just like Cooper. Woohoo. Right? Gabby says hi. Say hi to Gabby. So we got Cooper here to chat a bit about Battletech, because Cooper and I have played 4 games of Battletech in the last week so far.
I've won 3.
You have won 3.
I've won 3 out of the 4 games.
This is correct. You've gotten a little bit of assistance from me, though. I mean, you've gotten some help. Get off your phone. Put your phone away.
I was making
You
sure
can't be
that-
on your
I was
phone
making
while you're
sure
on camera.
it was also on there. It was like, do not disturb.
So you need to say that next to D&D, the other game I played the most as a kid was Battletech. And starting on 1991, when I was 12 years old, with the old basic Battletech box, I think it had the Warhammer on the cover, the Warhammer, like the 2 PPC arm giant mech. That was the game that took over our street when we weren't playing Dungeons & Dragons. And I would play it regularly through middle school, into high school, and into college. And then I stopped. And except for a very brief bout around 2009, 2010, where I painted a little bit, I didn't play it. I played 1 game between college and like last week. And that's with my brother back like around 2009-ish. And it was kind of a shame that I kind of got rid of the collection in 2018 when I moved to Philly. I gave my friend Ethan the collection, and then at Gen Con I was seeing so many people playing it, and I thought it looked so cool, and I'm like, wow, I really kind of miss playing this. And I messaged my friend Ethan and said, give him my books back and my minis, and he did. So I have some of the boxes here are the new things from Battletech, the new boxes that I've collected in just the last couple weeks, gotten them off Amazon. And then the miniatures here, except for the box here, the rest of these miniatures are all from my old collection. Some finished, some not finished. But I have a pretty good size collection. If you get on my Twitter account at ILiveForCrits, you'll see some shelfies of that. But if you don't know what Battletech is, it is a miniature mech fighting game originally created by FASA and now published by Catalyst Game Labs. You and your friends select or build giant fighting robots, and you whoop on each other. And you have one-on-one battles that can be fairly quick, or huge, massive combats that could take hours. And what's great about Battletech, or days, yeah. I mean, you could
Weeks,
end up
months, years.
You joke, but if you have enough mechs on the board, yeah,
You could have like 40 on the board and it'd take you like a year.
it would take you a year. We had games take 12 hours. We would have dinner in the middle of them, all day, instead of doing homework.
Did you ever get that homework done?
We're not going to talk about that. So what's good about Battletech is that you can play dozens of games with just the box. I think the box I recommend is the Game of Armored Combat box. We've been playing with this one the last week. You know, I have stuff. I got the beginner box afterwards just because it had. I figured like it'd be good to help teach some people how to play the game outside of Cooper. And then the Clan Invasion box I got because I had to, just requirement. I'm gonna sneeze.
That's my next one.
All right, sorry. Sorry about that. I said allergies. What's your next one? You know what the clans are.
I'm doing the robot on there.
You know what those mechs are? Why they're awesome? In
Because it's
Battletech lore, like at some point, the inner sphere of worlds is invaded by what they think are aliens, and they're just like humans that are genetically altered to be the best Battletech masters of all time. Sorry. Anyway, it's a good history. It's a very storied history. So what's cool about the game is you can play dozens of games with just the box, like we did in middle school, or go all out and get tons of stuff. You can play with any figure you want, from cardboard stand-ups to fully painted pewter minis. And unlike Warhammer, like 40K, you can have a lance of mechs of just 4 mechs, and so it's a good game for a budget if you are a budget miniatures gamer. And honestly, the rules have remained somewhat the same over all these years. So since we have Cooper here, we're going to ask Cooper some questions about why, just his basic thoughts on the game. So 4 games in, Cooper, and what do you like about Battletech so far?
It's fun.
Okay, can you clarify about that?
I just like I like mechs in general
Why?
because they're cool and they're big.
And they blow each other up?
Yep.
Okay, and what has been your favorite mech so far? They're not up here, so by the way, all the mechs we played with are over there. You've played 3 mechs. So the first couple games you were in the Shadowhawk, and then you played as the Commando, and then today you played the Locust.
I still think I like the Shadowhawk most.
The most of all the mechs. Okay.
So far.
Okay.
Cause like I like him because of like I like being like a sniper in some games. So and I like how like Shadowhawk is a sniper.
It's a very snipery mech. It does a little bit of everything. Doesn't do anything great. There's a little bit of everything. Okay. What kind of battles have we played so far?
Close up, far away, scaredy cat.
Scaredy cat? What's a scaredy cat battle?
You don't go in the fight.
No, that's you. You're the one that disengages. Like, I'm chasing down your mech and you're running all over the board. Today was the first time you've played that you've actually engaged me consistently.
And you were the one running away.
Well, yeah, because
so you're the scared.
So we played. He was in a Locust with 2 medium lasers and 2 small lasers, and I was in a Commando with like an SRM 4-pack and SRM 6-pack.
We swapped those, and a medium laser. Won both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, and I shot.
To be fair, though,
I got your entire left side off.
To be fair, though, in that third game, we had played by the rules we're playing with now, which is if you shoot someone's leg off, the game is over. In that third game, I shot your leg off, and I let you kind of wallow.
I was just like hopping around.
Yeah, you got lucky. You got lucky. All right, so Dev says Cooper is so on brand with the Max Stealth Gaming. He is.
Remember when I was doing the one
Fantasy Age.
Yeah, and then I just went full Assassin's Creed.
You do everything Assassin's Creed.
It's probably because
that's why Dev says it's on brand.
I was really into Assassin's Creed at the time.
So it's the same thing with mechs? So what's our next mech battle going to be? We're going to try some heavy mechs fighting each other, right? I think you're going to try as like the catapult.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play as the thunderbolt.
No, you get the locust.
No, I don't get the locust. And then we're going to go for lances. Then we're going to go full on for lances, and we'll do like maybe 2.
We'll start with 2, then we'll go to like 3.
4.
Let's do 2, 3, and then 4.
What we need to do is set up the game early in the day, get up, play a few rounds of like a 4-on-4, take a break, and then come back to it. Play a big all-day battle. And then eventually we can start adding stuff like these guys, like the elementals, and have them on there. And then eventually one of us gets to play as the inner sphere and one is the clans.
I want to play Atlas.
You want to play the Atlas?
Yeah.
We have the Atlas box. So give me that box there. So one thing I kind of it's kind of interesting or neat I thought is how Battletech, when I was playing it as a younger player, where's one of the miniatures I got from years ago? Here's one of them. Like it's all the pewter I think they were Ralpartha, right? And now Ironwind Metals owns them now or makes them now. Makes the molds. These cool, big, chonky pewter boys here. And now
Big
everything is plastic, which is okay. I mean, it's not bad, you know. Honestly, to get one of these from Iron Metals is like almost $20 now, whereas this is $25 for 4 of these. So I mean, and the Atlas is in there, so we will have to paint you up an Atlas. Yeah. We'll make sure that your lance has an Atlas and a Shadowhawk in it, okay? So you can have like all your favorite mechs in your lance.
I could have Shadowhawk, I could have Atlas, and then I can have Commando and what was the other one?
The catapult?
Yeah.
Well, if you might hate the catapult.
I mean, but if I hate the catapult, then I can just go to Locust.
You could. So, all right. Well, that's our dive in. As we play more BattleTech, we'll be posting pictures of it on our on Twitter and on our Instagram server or account, not server, since we're using Instagram now. So, I think that's all we got. So we're gonna wrap things up here. We have no Kickstarter shoutouts right now, nothing new at least to talk about. If you have anything, let us know. No road crew shoutouts. We don't quite know when the next cons are going to be for us. If you want to find us, you can search for us at Living for Crits on Instagram or at I Live for Crits on Twitter. And until next time, be safe, be healthy, be kind. And I'm just going to say... I don't know what I'm going to say.
I don't know either.
What are you going to say?
I don't know.
I'm going to say I need to figure out how to install MechWarrior 4 on my computer.
MechWarrior 5.
No, I own MechWarrior 4 actually.
MechWarrior 5.
What?
What about MechWarrior 5?
MechWarrior 5 is going to cost money. MechWarrior 4 is owned.